Yeah.
Yes. Woo! About time. Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to fix that machine and get us back in our own bodies.
I know, me too. No offense, but it was awful being you. I hated being short.
Well, I couldn't handle everyone thinking that I knew everything. How do you do it?
It does get easier if you actually do know it all, you know, because then, yeah, there's no disconnect. Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, Jason David Frank.
And Mr. Saban.
And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified when we upload new content.
That's Tom.
And that's Chris. Decca. What do we got on deck for today?
It's time to soothe your inner conspiracy theorist with another installment of PRNT's Missed Opportunities.
All right, making our own overarching storylines. This is going to be fun, so stay tuned.
It's PRNT time.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to watch PRNT!
Welcome, Rangers!
This episode of
PRNT,
your source for all things
Power Rangers.
As we heard in the opening, it's time for another installment of our Missed Opportunity segment.
Now, in previous installments of Missed Opportunities,
check the card.
We have talked about how Rangers from previous seasons could and should have been related.
In this installment, we are going to talk about how a group of foot soldiers could be related to another race from the Power Rangers universe.
Now, before we begin, we want to say that there is absolutely no proof for any of these theories. They are all stuff that we have thought of over the years.
So please, no comments about how these theories aren't true, blah, blah, blah.
Remember, we call it missed opportunities because we feel the writers missed opportunities for great overarching storylines between seasons.
Right. It's a good name, Missed Opportunities. Yeah. So we do, however, want you to tell us, after hearing our theory, if you agree or disagree or any thoughts you may have by leaving a comment below.
Okay, so let's get started. The relation we want to talk about involves the Nighlok from Samurai, Super Samurai.
Right. So the Nighlok were the foot soldiers to Monster Xandrid, and they also included monsters as well.
That's right. They have some cool qualities as far as monsters go. For example, the term Nighlok refers not only to the foot soldiers, but to the monsters that the Rangers fight as well, which is not something we've seen in previous
right.
seasons.
Usually the monsters have their own like type of name or race or something. Yeah. One thing I really like about the Nighlok is how they go from, regular size to giant size. Usually monsters, like all of them in the Power Rangers universe, have to be like shot with something or bitten by a creature or there's a spell or something. That means they go from, regular size to giant size.
The Nighlok, however, we learn have two life stages. One is regular, where they're small and normal sized, and then one giant. So when the first is over, the giant stage automatically kicks in, and they become giant.
Right, yeah. And I think this is the best explanation for making monsters big that we've seen in the Power Rangers universe. Right.
It's not all good for the Nighlok, though.
Right.
See, if they stay away from the Sanzu River for too long, they start to dry out and either have to retreat to get rehydrated, or they dry up and get destroyed.
Right, which is not very practical, at all. If you're going to someplace else to fight, but you have to keep going. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah.
So who are you going to relate the Nighlok to?
Well, can you think of another group of creatures or another race that needs water in order to survive?
Well, according to our theory, the Phantom Ranger.
Right.
Check the card.
Right, okay. Yeah, not who I was thinking of, though, but yeah.
Oh, the Aquitarians.
Yes, the Aquitarians. Or Aquitians, as they are also called. Yes.
Okay, so what storyline do you think the writers should have created to relate the Nighlok to the Aquitarians?
Well, I think that they should have made the Nighlok either related to the Aquitarians or that they were from the planet of Aquitar. So I think one or the other. Any thoughts on that?
Well, I'd prefer to think that they originated from Aquitar instead of being descendants from the Aquitarians.
Okay, why is that?
Well, the Aquitarians, they don't really look much like the Nighlok.
Right, yeah, true. The Aquitarians look more human than the Nighlok do. But remember, humans can be turned into Nighlok.
True.
Right.
Like Decker.
Right.
So, a possible storyline could have identified the Nighlok race as Aquitarians who have been turned into Nighlok.
Right, and in their transformation, their need for the Aquitarian water got transferred to the need for the water from the Sansu River.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not so sure that they are related. I definitely think it would be more of a better story that the Nighlok were just creatures that also came from Aquitar.
Do you have any proof of other cultures being from Aquitar?
Well, there is Hydrohog.
Hydrohog. Refresh my memory about Hydrohog.
Well, he was summoned by Lord Zed to evaporate all the water on Earth so the Aquitians could not rehydrate on Earth.
Okay. And if I remember, it's been a long time, if I remember, Hydrohog was the nemesis, kind of the main foe of the Aquitarian Rangers.
Right, kind of like their version of Lord Zed.
Did Hydrohog come from Aquitar, though?
Well, we don't officially know, but the Aquitarians definitely know him. They even gave him the name Emperor of Dark Waters, but they don't ever officially say where he's from.
So he could be an ancestor then of the Nighlok that we saw in Samurai that tried to flood the earth with the Sansu River.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wait a second. If they called him the Emperor of Dark Waters, does that mean that there are both good and bad waters on the planet of Aquitar? And that Hydrohog and his army needed the dark waters to survive, like the alien rangers needed the good Aquitarian water?
Huh. That very well could be. And maybe after he was defeated, whatever was left of his army or family left Aquitar with a sample of the dark water and somehow ended up in the Netherworld and created the Sansu River.
Yeah, so that could be another storyline the writers of Samurai could have included that would have described the Nighlok as descendants from Hydrohog from Mighty Morphin. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got two storylines that the writers of Samurai could or should have included that would have given a great origin story to the Nighlok and created a link between them and the Alien Rangers, the Aquitians, yeah.
Just another missed opportunity that the writers of Samurai should have included.
Right. Again, if you agree or disagree with us, be sure to leave a comment below, or you can message us on any of our social media. Yes.
Thank you guys again so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified when we upload new content. And remember, as we sign off, our hope is that the power will always protect you.
Let's power down.
Hey Rangers, thanks for checking out this episode.
If you want to see more, be sure to click the link to the left to see our most popular video.
Check out the link on the right to see our most recent upload.
And aim for that button in the center to subscribe if you haven't already.
And if you still want more, be sure to check out our social media pages where we post all sorts of things to be your source for all things Power Rangers.